Miss Universe Philippines 2020, Michele Gumabao representing Quezon City. Why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines? And 2014, fast forward tayo 4 years, 2018. Eto na, Mars, tatanungin kita, kailan ka nag-start mag-join ng beauty pageant? Sino ang nag-udyok sa'yo or nag-motivate sa'yo to join beauty pageant? At ano na ang mga nasalihan mong beauty pageant, if meron man?
You know, being part of sports in college takes you away from so many things. Hindi ko na-experience yung full college experience because I was really so busy training, being with my teammates, traveling if it was required of us, and basically my whole life revolved around sports for 4 years. So I would have to say I didn't know that colleges had beauty pageants. I really didn't know. So nalaman ko lang yon nung pinag-judge na ako when I won Binibining Pilipinas Globe 2018. And dun ko na-realize na ang dami palang pageants in the city, ang dami palang pageants in your universities. Dun ko na-realize na I missed so many things back in college. Not that I regret anything, I'm very thankful. But, you know, those little things that when you look back, may ganun pala, or may pwede pala akong sabihan na ganun. Because, believe it or not, Binibining Pilipinas was my first ever pageant that I ever joined, that I ever wanted to join. And it was because a lot of people in the showbiz industry would tell me, why not join beauty pageants? Why not join beauty pageants? But my parents didn't approve back then. And my one of Marcos directors was Direct Jeffrey Jitorian. He's also part of Aces and Queens. So sila talaga yung nag-udyok sa akin na sumali and who gave me the confidence because back then I was really doubting myself and doubting my capabilities. And I was one of those people that would look at beauty pageants and didn't really see the purpose behind all it. So it was also the same time na I think Ate Pia played a big role in that decision of mine because sa kanya ko talaga nakita what a beauty queen really meant for a country like the Philippines. How she changed my view of beauty pageants. It really plays a big factor of the decision I had after of joining.
And also, ito na Mars, kasi from being a volleyball player, now, transitioning ka na into beauty queen. Kamusta ang preparation mo, Mars? Ano ang mga challenges mo comes the screening nung nagkita tayo nung Binibining Pilipinas 2018?
Back then, 2018, I didn't know how to prepare. I think the mamas of Aces and Queens could remember that when I first joined them back in January, a little over December, this was before New Year. February, I can't remember if January or February yung screening namin ng Binibining Pilipinas. But I do remember one thing, and I was unsure. I was undecided, and I just joined the training because I wanted to see how it was. I wanted to experience it. Ito na naman ako with experience. So gusto ko lang matuto how to put makeup, how to do my hair, how to do pasarela, and to look at the girls and see how they're doing it, how they're training. And actually na-enjoy ko lang talaga yung hirap ng training. And I could say that it comes close to how we train as athletes. So when I found that training with Aces and Queens, natuwa lang ako and I joined without even deciding with myself that I would join and screen for Binibining Pilipinas. And even until I got in as the candidate of Binibining Pilipinas back in 2018, I still had my reservations, and the mamas would know this. I was close to backing out because I didn't know how to give up volleyball and I didn't know how to step into a new life. I didn't know how to transition, and that was one of the things that I was really struggling with, how I could balance volleyball, how I could balance joining a beauty pageant, but it all worked out and here we are.
Ang galing. And also, Mars, sa if you can remember lang, noong 2018, because Binibining Pilipinas gave you a lot of training, seminars, activities. Ano para sa'yo yung pinaka, sabihin na lang natin, impactful na event ng Binibini na up until now, maaalala mo siya, it's either matatawa ka or marereminisce mo na, ay, nagawa ko yun, parang ganun.
Looking back at 2018, I would have to say it was all the daily activities that we had to go through. The schedule of joining a pageant is so rigorous, it's so hard to maintain, that you really have to give up all the other things that distract you from the goal. And I really learned a lot from the girls that I spent so much time with. I was with Kat, I was with Sandra. I learned so much from them. They were so helpful because I was like this rookie coming in, knowing nothing and just absorbing everything that was happening around me, all the advice coming from people, all the criticism that I was receiving. I just really used that to motivate me and to really look into who I was, if I had something to change, if I had something to improve on. And I would really just have to say it was the 39 girls that I was with, because I learned so much from them. And I may not have been so close to everybody, but I learned so much from them that really helped me when the final night came, which was like the most exciting part of joining a beauty pageant, the culminating night, the coronation night. That was an experience of a lifetime. I would have to say, no matter how many times I played in Araneta Coliseum playing volleyball, it was so much different seeing the stage, seeing the lights, seeing the people, seeing all the fans cheering for their candidates. It was a experience that just I enjoyed. I enjoyed every single thing. I enjoyed every single moment of that night.
And also ito, kasi sinabi mo na Mars na come coronation night. As a first-timer, how was the experience nung tumapak ka na ngayon sa stage ng Binibining Pilipinas hanggang sa nakoronahan ka na? How was that feeling?
Everybody was asking me during that night, di ka ba kinakabahan? Kasi sobrang relax ko lang. I was just smiling and no panic at all. I was just at peace the whole night because I knew that this was where I wanted to be. I knew that that was where I was meant to be. And I told myself that whatever happened that night, I would be happy and I would walk away fulfilled because I took the risk. The risk that I never imagined I would ever have to take in my life, or that I would ever be strong enough to overcome. And that night, it was just, for me, when I won that crown, I fulfilled my dream at that moment of being a beauty queen. And I told myself I wanted to bring pride to the sports industry, to volleyball players who think it's impossible to bridge the gap between beauty pageants and athletes, because everybody was telling me that it was impossible. And I myself was doubting myself and telling myself that, oo nga, baka nga tama sila, imposible nga naman. But at that moment, I was just so proud to bring recognition to all the athletes that also are dreaming or thinking about joining beauty pageants, because I want to tell them that it's possible. And that was my biggest achievement that night when I won Binibining Pilipinas crown. Yes, you can't take it away from any candidate joining a pageant. You want to win the biggest crown. You want to win Miss Universe Philippines. But it wasn't my time then. And to see Kat represent the Philippines so amazingly in that Miss Universe pageant in 2018. And I was just really thankful that I was a part of the batch that she was in, because I learned a lot from her, and looking at her, how she works, it was something that you can learn from and draw from.
And yun nga Mars, sasabihin ko siguro to personally, everything happens for a reason. As in, everything happens for a reason. May reason ang lahat-lahat kung bakit nangyayari. And eto Mars, nakoronahan ka na as Binibining Pilipinas 2018 Globe. Ito, kamusta ngayon ang preparation mo comes Miss Globe 2018. May binago ba kayo sa preparation nyo? Like, nung nag-prepare ka pa lang sa nationals? Or ano yung masasabi mo naging challenges mo din noong nagpe-prepare kayo from national to international na?
Preparation was kind of the same. The areas that I wanted to improve on, the areas that I wanted to work on was still the same. I know my weaknesses, I know my strengths as a person. And the biggest challenge for me was actually knowing what the pageant, Miss Globe, wanted in a beauty queen. Because I tried to do my research, I tried to ask the previous queens. Nelda was so helpful to me. We were able to meet and talk as to how her experience was back in Miss Globe. But the problem for me back then was I really didn't know what they were looking for. I didn't know whether I would focus on my advocacy. I didn't know whether I would focus on my pasarela or how I would talk or how I would how I would speak. So it was just really hard because even when I got there, I didn't see the criteria as to what they really wanted in a beauty queen. And so I just told myself, just enjoy. And this was like an experience of a lifetime for me to be able to represent the country internationally in a different stage and to meet so many different girls who are equally beautiful and accomplished. And it was really just fun because I have made so many friends around the world. So now that I travel, alam ko na maraming kukup sa akin when I go abroad because I'm so happy that I was able to establish a good relationship with everyone.
And also, Mars, ito, first time mong malagyan ng sash ngayon ng Philippines. And also, sasaba ka na kayo sa Miss Globe. Mars, question lang. All of your candidates, sa lahat ng mga candidates na kasama mo, kanino ka gandang-ganda at na starstruck?
I would have to say Miss Brazil. She became a good friend of mine, and Vanessa, that's her name. Vanessa was she was just so beautiful and so lively. She had so much character and so much spirit and so much confidence that it draws you to her. And I said, if I don't win this pageant, I want her to win. Yun talaga yung sinabi ko because she's such a good friend and she just has this appreciation for life that I haven't seen in most girls, especially here in the Philippines. She's well-traveled, she's self-made, she's a model, and I just looked up to her during that pageant because she was so self-reliant. She knew how to do everything. She didn't need anyone. She was just so confident. And I was just having fun with them because the Latinas, I became so close to their group because, it hits close to home being a Filipina and same values, same characteristics. And they were just so much fun to be around with. They made those 2 weeks fun and an experience for me to be there.
And also, speaking of 2 weeks span of your pageant, I know na medyo hindi siya ganun kahaba katulad ng experience mo sa Binibini kasi yung Binibini like 2 months 2 to 3 months na preparation. Sa 2 weeks mo na yon, Mars. Ano yung mga memorable experience mo or funny experience if may maaalala ka within that 2 weeks within the organization man and with the girls?
I haven't talked about this out loud. So, ikaw yung una-una at saka yung mga nanonood ngayon. You guys are gonna be the first one to know this. But this is my most memorable experience back in Miss Globe. I rarely eat meat. Rarely eat meat. And I focus more on seafood and vegetables. So, cake, yung mga cookies. So, when I was there in Miss Globe, hirap na hirap ako because the food that they were serving us was plated. It was fixed. And of course, I didn't want to be the candidate who demanded a certain type of food. So I just told them that if you can serve me vegetables, that would be okay. Kung walang isda, okay lang. I was so nice requesting about my dietary restrictions. And I had to remind them every single meal that I'm vegetarian, I'm pescatarian, I can't eat meat or I don't eat meat at the moment. And it was so hard because at one point, I was eating rice and rice. Because wala talaga silang maserve na ulam sa akin. So, at one point, sobrang natawa na lang ako kasi yung binigyan ako ng chicken at saka ng kanin. And then sabi ko, sir, I don't eat meat. Sabi niya, oh, sorry, vegetarian. Okay. So they took the plate away, and when it came back, they served me rice and cheese. And I was just laughing and laughing because sabi ko, hindi ko alam yung gagawin ko because it was really hard for me to demand something. You know, you're in a different country and I didn't want to be that candidate. So I just ate and ate whatever they put in front of me. So that was one of my most memorable experiences back then. Just trying to keep up with the daily activities and with the food that was served. So that was one of the biggest struggles for me as well. Pero dun ako tawang-tawa talaga because ang dami kong naulam sa kanin at that time.
Thank you so much, Mars. Ngayon ko lang nalaman, promise. So, kinain mo yung cheese at yung rice.
Kinain ko yung cheese kasi it was around 9 o'clock in the evening. And back in Miss Globe, they took us to so many different places that were so beautiful. We took so much pictures and videos. They really toured us around Albania, Montenegro, and it was an experience to travel. It was my first time in Europe. So at the end of the day, pagod na pagod ka na, you know, it's your first time to experience everything. So pag nilatagan ka ng kanin, kakainin mo na lang, di ba? At the end of the day, I'm Filipina, so I can do it. I love rice. So it was just, I didn't want to complain, and I knew everybody was doing their best. They were all tired. So to take care of how many women at one event is really tough on any production company.
Thank you so much, Mars. And also, preparation also. Ano ka ba, Mars? Ikaw ba yung isang candidate natin na hands-on when it comes to your OOTDs, to your national costume, to your gown?
I would have to say that back then, I wasn't as hands-on as I would be right now because I have to admit that back then, I didn't know anything. I admitted that I was new to the pageant scene, that I didn't know what it was like to wear a national costume, design a national costume, what gown would fit me, what cut, what color. I just really gave the full trust to my designer, to the mamas, to the stylists, and I just said that, you know, whatever you think is best for me, then let's work on it. And I was really happy because so many people stepped up and helped me at that journey. And I was really thankful to Nat for making my gown, my national costume. It was my first time to wear such a beautiful creation on stage. And it was just, I was just so blessed. I felt so blessed and so thankful because they all did that without asking for anything in return. And that's what I realized in beauty pageants. So many people invest in you, so many people want to be part of that journey, that you also have to collaborate with them. You can't force what you want, and you also can't dictate everything to them because they have the creative power, they have those creative minds, and I know what my strength is. So the difference between back then and now, I'm more hands-on. I kind of have a vision of what I want, how I look, how I want to portray myself on stage at the very moment. So I am working with that, with the people, with my team, and with my whole glam team, with all the mamas from Aces and Queens. So it's just really a team effort. I am not shouldering all the burden of making the decisions because I know that there are more people who know more than me.
Thank you so much, Mars. And ngayon ko pala siguro sasabihin sa'yo, after 2 years, maraming salamat, Mars Michele Gumabao, for representing us, Filipino, in Miss Globe 2018. Sobrang salamat because you're not representing yourself, but you're representing us, Filipino. Diba? Ganun. I miss you, sobra. And Mars, ito na. After 2 years, now, ano yung nagbigay sa'yo ng push to try again? and to join now Miss Universe Philippines 2020?
I knew deep in my heart that I could have given more. I knew I know who I am. I know how competitive I am. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I know what I am capable of giving and what I'm capable of doing. And I came to the conclusion that my performance, my effort back then, I was so scared. It was like I was holding myself back because in my mind, I've always felt like I was out of place. And now I finally decided to join Miss Universe Philippines. I really prayed about it. I really, really prayed about it. As much as it's wrong, I really asked for signs to God and say, Lord, if this is your will for me, I want it. I want this to happen. And the only sign that I asked for was, if Miss Universe Philippines would have their own pageant, then I'll join again. That was the only sign that I wanted to see. Because at the end of the day, that's the only chance that I'm gonna get to join again. I can't join Binibining Pilipinas again. So last year, 2019, there were so many rumors that Binibining Pilipinas was gonna lose the franchise. I was neutral. I didn't want that to happen, but there was also something in me that said if that did happen, I can join. And I can finally put to rest all the thoughts in my mind of what if and what could have been. And, I don't want to go on in my life having those kinds of thoughts. I don't want to have regrets. I don't want to have any ideas that I could have been more. And I want to give 100% of my effort, of my time, of who I am, and everything that I'm capable of to the journey that will hopefully take me to another success story.
And Mars, personal question ko to. Pressured ka ba ngayon?
I don't feel any pressure.
Pressure!
Of course, I am pressured. But I've learned to live with pressure because I'm an athlete. Pressure comes naturally to me because I want to become better. I want to be the best version of myself when I step on that stage, when I represent my city, hopefully when I represent my country. The pressure has to be there because it's what pushes you to be the best that you can be. And the pressure is what will really force you to see the things in yourself that you haven't seen before. And hopefully I can show a different side of me, a different version of me here in the Miss Universe Philippines pageant.
Before COVID, parang 1 month na kayo, merong series of activities, seminars, and trainings na binigay sa inyo si organization, which is the Miss Universe Philippines organization. Among all that, Mars, ano yung pinaka-favorite mo so far?
I really enjoyed our learning journey. When we got to talk to former Miss Universe, na they got to share their experiences. They helped us dealing with ourselves, with being authentic, with dealing with confidence and who we are. I was really looking forward to all our self-improvement classes because this is something that you don't get every day, to learn and be mentored by former Miss Universe Philippines candidates, winners, to label them right. And I was just really fortunate to be able to hear their stories, hear how their journey was. And Ate Miss Shamsi Sup was also able to share to us about her experience. So that was that was like an information overload for me because it all happened in one day. But that was one of the few moments before lockdown happened. So yun talaga yung namimiss ko, and I would say na talagang hinayang ako na naudlot yun because I was really looking forward to all the learning journeys that they prepared for us.
Thank you so much, Mars. And I know, and you know also, Mars, that one of the reasons why you joined beauty pageant is because ito yung magbibigay pa sa'yo ng huge platform to champion your causes and your advocacy. Mars, this is my favorite portion. tell us more about your advocacy, the details and the backstory of your advocacy. The floor is yours.
First of all, I want to start this story by telling people that yes, beauty queens have advocacies, but it doesn't mean that we only have one. And that's what I learned during this COVID-19. I advocated for sports. Being an athlete, I wanted to use sports to be able to touch the youth and to inspire them that anything is possible wherever you come from, no matter what your position is or your upbringing is. Sports can open so much opportunities for you, having a professional career, even if it's just by teaching you how to have discipline, how to work hard, how to be competitive in this life, in this industry. I wanted to use sports to be able to give back. And not only to the people, but to the sport that made me who I am now. But because sports was also affected by this whole pandemic, I had to also use my voice in a different area. And that's when I realized that because of this pandemic, because of what happened recently, what is happening now in our country, I wanted to use my voice, use my influence, use the platform that I was given to be able to reach out to more people. And right now, I'm advocating for just doing more. That's what I'm really trying to inspire people to do. There's so much more to do in our communities, in our societies. And whatever you have, whatever talent you have, whatever life you think you have, we have to do more. We have to give more. We have to understand more, appreciate more, love more. And that's how your 200 pesos started. During this whole pandemic, Aldo and I, we were able to come up with an organization that would bring relief goods to people. And we started with our communities because, that's how it really should be. You want to start small. Me in Quezon City, him in Makati, but it grew. Generosity is contagious. It's more contagious than this virus. And when people saw the authenticity and the genuine giving that we were doing, we were trying to get it all out there on social media because it was such a big platform for us to utilize. And so many people gave, donated, whether it was in kind or money. And we were able to feed, I lost count already, but more than 4,000 frontliners and families also with our Your 200 Peso Eco Packs. And it was just a very rewarding experience for me to be a part of because I never knew that when we first started this Your 200 Pesos organization, it would have been where it is now. It would have touched so many lives. It would have made such a big impact. And we were able to help people help others. We became that channel of blessing because we were able to go out. We had the means to prepare food and acquire goods to be repacked. And it was hard work. I didn't expect it to be hard work. Every single day we were out distributing. Nakakapagod sa init ng araw. You're exposing yourself to so many things, but at the end of the day, you sleep with a smile on your face. You sleep with a sense of fulfillment that you were able to be a part of something bigger than just yourself.
Thank you so much, Mars. And on behalf of the Filipinos, maraming salamat sa pagpulong at sa paggawa ng initiative na to. Kasi sa totoo lang, since nung nag-start ka, sinusubaybayan ko at hindi lang kasi Quezon City yung pinuntahan mo eh. Nakita ko din pumunta ka din ng Makati, ng Manila. So parang sabi ko, nakaka-proud ka, Michelle, sa totoo lang. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. And also thank you to you because you were posting a lot about it. And I really appreciate yung pag-share ng mga pictures and videos, not only of your 200, but all the other candidates had their own initiatives as well. And all these pageant blogs, especially Crown, you guys were also promoting it. It's good to see that we're all working together. And that's why we also made it a point. Talagang ginawa namin ng paraan makapunta sa bawat syudad dito sa Metro Manila. Nakapunta kami in outside provinces like Cavite, Pampanga, Tarlac, Bulacan. But the most important thing for me was to as much as possible go around Metro Manila because we didn't want to be biased. We didn't want to only focus on one city just because I was from there. I wanted people to see that each and every city needs help. And I wanted to inspire that if you are from that city, then you can have an avenue to help your community. And dahil nga, hindi namin alam kung taga saan yung mga nag-donate sa amin, yung mga nagbigay sa amin. So we wanted to give everywhere para makita ng mga donors namin na, uy, nagbigay sila sa city ko, nakakatuwa naman, nakatulong ako sa community ko. We wanted our donors who are at home, who are in another country, to also feel that fulfillment of giving and sharing what they had. Because hindi naman din kami magiging successful kung walang mga taong naniniwala, sumusuporta, at nagbibigay sa organization namin.
Mars, ito, may challenge ako ngayon sa'yo.
Okay.
Parang fast talk to, okay? Meron isang part dito, kapag marinig mo yung word na to, sinong pumapasok agad sa isip mo, okay? Best libero.
Oh, ang dami! Denden Lazaro.
Setter.
Oh my gosh, ang hirap nito Chisaet.
Spiker.
Eliza Valdez.
Blocker.
Majoy Baron. Pwede ba Michele Gumabao?
And last is favorite coach.
Oh my gosh, it's a tie. It's a tie. Hindi ko sinasabi si Coach Tai, but it's a tie. I love Coach Ramil, I love Coach Tai. Equally, they are amazing coaches. One of the best here in the country.
And also, kapag marinig mo to, one adjective. Okay? One adjective per person.
Okay.
Samantha Bernardo.
Alam mo yung unang pumunta sa isip ko, flexible.
Pwede.
Kasi sobrang, alam mo, until now, pag naiisip ko si Sam, I love her performances kapag talent kasi lagi ko sinasabi sa kanya yon. Sabi ko, you're so flexible, you're so talented. I'll go with talented. Samantha Bernardo, talented.
Vicky Rushton.
So sweet.
Karen Gallman.
Beautiful.
Jessa Wellar.
Oh, my love.
At Lisa Manalo.
Barbie.
Catriona Gray.
Impactful.
Ayun. Thank you so much, Mars. And I have one last question to you. Miss Universe Philippines 2020, Michele Gumabao, representing Quezon City. Why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
After all the struggles, after all the things that I've been through in life, I know that I can be that voice to reach people and to make a difference, to help the community, to help this country, and to just represent the country in the best way that I can. I want to use everything that I have, everything that I've learned to be of service, to dedicate everything for the sake of this organization and for the country, Philippines. Thank you!
Thank you so much, Mars. And on behalf of
Dapat ako ng 30 seconds? Oh my God!
On behalf of the Crown Philippines, Mars, and syempre, personal Mars, si Mars France, maraming salamat sa pag-join sa ating Facebook Live ngayon. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, friends. Thank you. I had so much fun. I hope you guys had fun as well. This is our first live. Marami pa this whole week. We've set up so many things for you guys. So stay tuned in my Facebook page. And also, si Franz, marami din siyang i-guest sa page nila sa Crown. So I hope you guys support. If wala kayong ginagawa sa bahay and you're looking for something to do, I hope you can tune in to our Facebook pages because we have so much intuitive and insightful conversations for you guys that I hope you guys enjoyed tonight.